Hey guys, what's up? What's going on out there this afternoon? Hey, it's Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of the Tennis Mindset Project. Sometimes some tough love. Got to give it to you. Yeah, I know I sure did. I received a lot of tough love over my playing career, which is still going on. The greatest hobby in the world. I think we all got to admit this game of tennis. We are so lucky, so fortunate to be able to keep playing this thing as a lifetime sport. Guys, what I've got for you today is a quick message about the title down there below. Sometimes it's not a beauty contest, and we are going to get into that in just a second. Before we do, just a quick reminder that every morning, What's the Right Shot? Daily, 8 a.m. Pacific time zone. It's typically live. Once in a while, it is a pre-record like this is today with this episode of the Tennis Mindset Project. I've got stuff I got to do this afternoon that conflicts with going live, so I did want to get a short message though to you this afternoon. But look, if you haven't subscribed to the my web tennis YouTube channel, you got to do so, because when you do and hit that notification bell, look, you get alerted every time I go live and or upload new content for you, new pre-recorded content. Typically what we do is What's the Right Shot is based on two things. Number one, shot choice, and number two, where do you want to move to next on the court based on that shot choice to enhance what you've just chosen to do out there. So join me every morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time zone, and great way to learn the game of tennis rather than just thinking about everything's based on swing tech, stroke technique. Hey, if I can get a better topspin forehand, that will be the thing that's going to help me win more matches. Couldn't be further from the truth. It's really about shot choice and where you want to move to next on the court. All right, guys. So look, today I want to give you a little update. Yesterday, my wife, won the National Husband-Wife Grass Courts here at the Mission Hills Country Club. A gold ball, and always fun to win a national title with a family member. Makes it really special. But look, yesterday's match was windy. And we were playing against a guy who is really good. His wife is very good as well. So we had to be strategic. We had to be tactical about shot choice and where we wanted to move to next on the court. Just like we talked about with What's the Right Shot every morning at 8 a.m. And so sometimes it's just things don't go as planned. Right? You get some, especially on a windy day, especially on a grass court, especially where the footing is a little shaky from time to time, and especially when you're playing against a really good team, or maybe in singles, a good opponent, you're going to miss some shots, right? You're going to miss some things that normally you might not miss, and if you go a little goofy on that, you get a little upset, it just sticks in your mind a little bit too long. And so one thing I want you to understand is that you know, when we go out there, we can have the greatest tactical focus in the world in terms of what we want to execute, in terms of a general game plan. And lots of times players make mistakes in terms of, well, I'm going to just play my game, quote unquote, my game today. And the problem with that thinking is that the conditions might not allow you to do that as well as you'd like to. Your opponents might love it if you play, quote unquote, your game, because it feeds into the belly of their beast, right? It makes them look really good. And so you've got to be more tactically focused. You've got to be more strategic in terms of, well, maybe what is it that they don't want you to give them? And you got to figure that out, right? Sometimes it's not so much a shot, a forehand or a backhand or whatever. It's where they are in the court. You got to sort of maneuver them to parts of the court that they don't want to be in. And so by doing that, sometimes you don't execute as well, and you can miss balls that maybe you normally wouldn't, but you can't let it get to you. I mean, I missed some balls yesterday, and that I normally don't, but could I have gone crazy for missing a few balls? Of course. But I've just realized over the years, over the decades, that if I allow myself to do that, I just don't play the upcoming point as well as I possibly could. So for me, if I chunk one, if I miss an easy ball, I just turn around and just start moving my feet, kind of doing that little hippity hoppity skip thing, trying to get my feet going. And that kind of clears the slate for me for the start of the next upcoming point in terms of, and just in terms of not getting down on myself. And, if I get a little upset for a nanosecond, okay, all right, but I'm not going to outwardly show it. I don't want to give that satisfaction to my opponents. And I'm going to get my feet going. I'm just going to get my feet going before the start of the next point, and that typically helps me clear the slate and get going. Stop thinking about what I just did, and let's go for it. Let's get started for the next point. So, yeah, sometimes it's not a beauty contest, especially with wind out there. That can be tricky. That can really be tricky in terms of lobs, in terms of whatever, just being disruptive to your balance, to your posture, to your timing of whatever is incoming, and making adjustments to the wind. A lot of players don't like the wind, and I finally, over the years decided, wait a minute, if they don't like it, well, why should I not like it as well? Why don't I just embrace it? Why don't I embrace it and love it and use it to my advantage, to our advantage? And let them be the ones that are bitching and moaning about it. Let's just go ahead and let them do that. We're not going to do it. So, look, always fun to win a national title with a family member, as I did yesterday with my wife, Mai. She's a beast, man. She is just a real trooper out there, a real gamer, loves to compete, and has absolutely no fear of whatever the guy might bring to her. Her thing is, bring it, let's go. So, anyway, always fun to win a national title. Guys, hope you're doing well today. Look, I hope this message resonates. And look, if you're looking for some private one-on-one coaching, I do offer that service, both on court and also through video conference. I love the video conference thing because it lets us really pick apart. You send me some video, helps us, or helps me really kind of pick apart what's going on. And we really get to dive into it, much more so about shot technique, but way more about shot choice and next best court position. But I do from time to time, if you want to travel to Southern California desert, spend a few days out here, which I've got students who do that. And typically the program is 3 days. We go for 2 hours a day. We can do more, but it's much more about coaching. It's way more about me bringing out someone who's at your skill level you've never played against before, and seeing how you react, especially the first 30 minutes. I don't say a word. I throw the video up there in the back fence. And I just like to have you guys warm up and then have you play and just see, without me saying anything, what are your natural shot choice and court positioning instincts. And from there we can start to work on, what, you do this one thing really well. Let's figure out ways to put you in that position where you can do more of that, or in this shot choice you just made, there's a better shot choice based on your skills that we want to take advantage of. Shot choice and court positioning. So look, there's a lot of things we can work on if you're looking for some private one-on-one coaching. Mindset training is a big one, right? Certainly made a difference for me in the last 18 months. It's now, I'm up to 21 national titles, 10 in the last 15 months, and mindset training's been the difference maker for me. We can certainly do some stroke tech analysis, video stroke tech analysis. We do a side-by-side comparison, see where you're at, see where I'm at. If we can kind of we just need to tweak this or that on what you're doing. Certainly the tactical focus. I love it when a student sends me video of a set where they're playing singles and or doubles, and they're on the same side of the camera. We'll look at one game when you're serving, one game when you're returning serve. God, we can do so much great work on that. And then any kind of tennis-specific fitness, if you're looking to shed some pounds, which is if you're really serious about becoming a better player, seeing how good you can become as a player. A lot of stuff takes care of itself. When number one, if you need to shed some pounds, we do that, but also some other tennis-specific fitness stuff, and whatever else you want to work on. Guys, if you're interested in that, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. What I typically do is we set up a 15-minute free complimentary video conference call. I show you the program I've got to offer you. You can look at it and see if it might be a good fit, decide if it might be a good fit for your game. Brent@webtennis.com. Guys, that's it for me today. Hope you're doing well. As always, time for us to get out there, help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, see you again next time.